This is activity 2.4 on page 68, changing paragraph indentation. We have My Fact Sheet formatting open in Word. Your document contains a list of items that are suitable for donation. Each paragraph contains an item name and description separated by a tab character, but the columns don't quite align using the default paragraph format. So if you take a look at page 68, the image that they shown, the top image is what we're starting with. You can see it's not really an easily readable description that they have. So the second block is after we add a hanging indentation. You can see everything except the first line in each item has been indented. And then the second change that we're going to make is by adding tab stops. So you can see it leaves it with a much cleaner look. You have the items towards the left, and then you have their description towards the right. It almost makes a column effect. All right, so much more cleaner than the original. So number one, we're going to start by indenting the paragraph. I'm going to scroll down to page 2 and select the list of donation items. So that's starting with appliances all the way down to plumbing. And it says to make sure paragraph marks are showing, so I'm going to turn on my Show Hide button. And then on the Home tab in the paragraph group, we're going to select the Increase Indent button. So that's the right pointing arrow here. I'm going to click that. And if the ruler is not showing, my ruler is showing. If yours is not, you want to go to the View tab, and in your show group, you want to check off ruler. It says to examine the horizontal ruler. So that's the one up towards the top of your page. The left side has been indented by a 1/2 inch. So you could see, brought it over a 1/2 inch here. Number 2, manually adjust the right indent marker. Make sure the entire list is still selected from appliances down to plumbing. And on our horizontal ruler, we want to drag the right indent marker to the 6-inch mark. So right now it's at 6.5 on mine. I'm going to click and drag that over to 6 inches. Now, any of my selection is not going to move past 6 inches. Once it gets to 6, it's going to wrap to the next line of text. Number 3, create a hanging indentation. On the horizontal ruler, drag the hanging indent marker to the 2-inch mark. Now, this can be tricky for some people. Make sure you're getting the right indent marker. So you have the top part is the first line indent, the bottom part is the left indent, but this middle one, it looks almost like an arrow pointing up. Wait till you get that screen tip that you have the hanging indent, and then you're going to click and drag to the 2-inch mark. So the first line of each paragraph still aligns to the left indent of a 1/2 inch, but every line after that in the paragraphs is now set to 2 inches. Number 4, we're going to use tabs to create white space. It says to press the left arrow. What does that do? It brings my insertion point to the beginning of where I had my text selected. So remember, I selected from appliances down to plumbing. Hitting that left arrow deselects everything, but leaves my insertion point at the beginning of that selection. Letter B, examine the list. The list items wrap to the hanging indent. The column visual effect would be stronger if the description sentences were indented to the hanging indent marker as well. So letter C, we're going to select the colon and space after the word appliances. So I'm just going to highlight the colon and that space right before items. That's why they want your Show Hide button turned on, to make sure that you select that space. We're going to hit our Tab key. That's going to delete that colon in space and put a tab indent instead. So a tab character shown as a right arrow has been inserted where the colon in space used to be. Like the paragraph mark, the tab character has special characteristics that create extra white space in a document. In this case, they align to the next significant marker on the ruler, which is the hanging indent marker at 2 inches that we put. Okay, so it tabbed over to line up with that 2-inch mark. Letter E says to hide paragraph marks. I'm going to go to my Home tab and turn off my Show Hide. Like paragraph marks, tabs are non-printing characters. The tab symbol is hidden, but you can still tell the tab is in effect because the text aligns at the hanging indent. Okay, I can hit my Show Hide again to turn my non-printing characters back on. In each of the remaining list items, replace the colon and space with a tab character. So we want to do this with each of our items. So I'm going to highlight the colon and space and hit tab. Do that for doors, flooring, furniture, we have hardware, lighting and fans, lumber, and paint. Now, plumbing has been pushed to the next page, so don't forget plumbing because it is still there. It just got moved when we added the hanging indent. It got moved to the next page because there wasn't enough room. So don't forget plumbing. Number 5, add an item to the end of the indented list. On page 3, place the insertion point at the end of the paragraph that starts with plumbing. So I'm going to put my cursor right after the period, ending with fixtures, and I'm going to, it says to examine the ruler. Like the other paragraphs you formatted, this one contains a hanging indent at 2 inches. I'm going to hit enter. The new paragraph contains the same indentation settings as the previous paragraph. Normally, when you press enter, the next paragraph adopts the same paragraph settings as the previous one. From here, we're going to type Windows, hit our Tab key, and the description must contain glass without cracks or chips, must be able to open if designed to do so. The text wraps to the hanging indent like the other formatted paragraphs. Number 6, add a heading to the start of the indented list. At the beginning of the list, position the insertion point before appliances. So I'm going to scroll up, put my insertion point right before appliances, and press enter from here. A new empty paragraph is created above that. If I put my insertion point before that paragraph marker, this new paragraph has the same formatting as the paragraph you were in when we pressed enter. So we're going to put some headings here. We're going to type items, I'm going to hit my tab key and type description. So now our heading text aligns at our indent markers as well. I'm going to go up to my quick access toolbar and save my changes, and we can leave my fact sheet formatting open for our next activity.